Good morning and welcome to another session of the Business Renovator. I'm your host, Coach Phil. And here's my sponsor. So Focal Point, that's who I'm affiliated with. I'm one of a few hundred global business coaches, trainers, and facilitators around the world. If you have a question that you would like to run by a Focal Point business coach, you can reach out to me. My information is right up behind me. Or if you want me to introduce you to somebody closer in proximity, let me know. I'm happy to make an introduction for you. My buddy, Brian Monahan, creator and author of the Customer Delight 365, has 366 quotes. So I'm going to read the one I want to read today. It's going to correlate with the topic of today, which is Kaleidoscope. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can, Arthur Ashe. So Brian's take on that in relationship to Customer Delight is says, we all have so much more to offer than we can ever imagine. Build on what you have because it's the only foundation you can build on. Unfortunately, most mistake digging a hole as being the same thing as being in a hole. If your company can't afford postage for a thank you card, try saying thank you in person. Fill your hole with gravel until you can afford concrete. Interesting perspective from my friend, Brian Monahan. So, Kaleidoscope. When I was a kid, I had one, and I played around with it, and really, it was kind of a fun sort of thing. I'm going to bring up an image of what kaleidoscopes look like. Here's a few samples that I picked up from the internet, and as you can see, their images are all slightly different. So what's the significance of that? Well, the significance is one of my mentors from way back when taught us that if we were to look at life through a kaleidoscope, metaphorically, if you've ever looked at a kaleidoscope, you look and capture the light, the sun, and you'll see these broken shards of glasses. But the way the kaleidoscope's designed, there's a prism inside, and it reflects it up and repeats the pattern. I'll go back here and show this again. So what we're seeing there is repetitiveness in the pattern. So what, big deal? Well, you're right, so what, big deal? Well, the big deal is it's not so much the pattern that you see, but it's how you interpret what you see in terms of the pattern. And what I'm getting at there is if you were to look at through your kaleidoscope and see what the pattern was, and treat that as your current reality, how you perceive things in your life and how you define things in your life. And if you want to make change, there's a lot of authors and gurus have talked about change what you think about. What you think about will change. Well, the same is true with a kaleidoscope, but it just gives you an image to look at. So if you think of it looking through the kaleidoscope like that, and you see a pattern and you turn it slightly so the shards of glass move, the pattern will change. And in the change of the pattern, you're developing a new perception, a new reality, a new habit perhaps. And it's in that subtle, small, incremental changes where massive change can happen. So if you think of a kaleidoscope in that way, there's some magic in it. Some notes from my mentor was he likens our life as a kaleidoscope in the fact that the broken shards of glass, like I was mentioning, reflect back to you a picture and a pattern or an image, which is your current reality, how you perceive things. And if you change it a little bit and change what you're looking at, what you focus on, then it'll create dissonance or stress between the old current reality and the new ideal life, which is represented by the twist of the kaleidoscope. Just a slight shift will change everything. So I would encourage everybody that's watching this short video today to think about life as a kaleidoscope and go out and try a kaleidoscope. Look at pictures. There's videos and all sorts of interesting content on the internet. Just go look for kaleidoscope if you don't want to go out and buy one. But if you haven't had an opportunity to look at the kaleidoscope, have a look and see what it's all about. It's kind of magical. And with that, I want to let you know that you are actually wonderful. And what do I mean by that? Well, watch this. Maybe. Here it is, right here. Wonderful. The same mentor taught me this. See how we spell wonderful? It's spelled with a U. You being that you're unique, that you are different than everybody else, and you actually are wonderful. So instead of spelling wonderful with an O, spell it with a U. And remember, you are wonderful. See you next time on the Business Renovator.